It was a smashing good time at the third annual Pumpkin Smash event at Newton City Hall. Hundreds turned out to smash, throw, and catapult pumpkins to help keep those pumpkins out of landfills and made into compost.
All the pumpkins will get mixed up and be brought to one of our 3 sites, either in Framingham, Groton, or Manchester by the Sea, and it will be mixed in our composting cycle, which will sit for a few months and then turn into soil or compost, which we will then sell to and give out to schools, churches, or also sell to our customers.
Pumpkins are nutrient dense and are an important part of the composting cycle.
The mixing allows it to give it more heft, so that way there's more minerals in the product.
Composting in general can help save the earth and help save money.
I believe it's very important because it'll help with the landfills and lowering down the mass weights that we have, especially with the overflowing landfills. And it would also cut down on the trash output going out and also the plastics, which will also save them a lot of money on trash bags and different appliances as well as that. And it'll also help bring back more garden and nutrients to the earth. It's more cleaner, less mess, and less toxins will be let out into the air.
One company, Recyclable, has an initiative for local restaurants to ditch single-use plastic takeout containers and use reusable containers instead.
So the idea is the containers are borrowed, like a library book. You take out the container, you order your meal. The consumers don't pay anything as long as they return them within 2 weeks. And then the restaurants wash and sanitize them and recirculate them, just like the in-dining restaurant, dishes. And the restaurants pay per use, just like they pay for single use.
The savings comes not only for the earth, but for the local restaurants too.
One of our restaurants has done 500 uses with about 25 containers. So that's 500 containers that were saved from waste using just 25. So they're durable. Customers bring them back because the people who are doing this now are pretty committed to reducing waste, and it's a pretty impactful change.
Newton's community farm was also showcasing how growing locally and growing your own can impact the environment, as well as offering special programs for everyone.
We are showcasing things that were either grown at the farm or found at the farm, mostly by children, or made at the farm. We had a Halloween party last week and kids decorated these pumpkins with natural materials, mostly from the farm, but also other areas as well. And the way people can get involved is we have on-site programs at various times during the year. We have parties and events, and they're all publicized on our website and in other community venues, mostly during the growing season, which is from like April through October. So kids can come to the farm and see things being grown and participate in it and do activities and find things like this and see what it's like to really be a farmer and see how their food is actually grown and taste things. We have cooking classes, so this is just sort of our way of saying, come to the farm. It's a great place, and it's our local way for people to touch agriculture.
Well, the adults come by alone or with their children, and they're very interested in the CSA, the Community Supported Agriculture.
Yes, right.
So there's several hundred openings every year where people can sign up, pay a fee, and they get either weekly or bi-weekly load of vegetables fresh from a Newton farm.
Green Newton also had a booth and shared information to families and homeowners on how they can reduce their carbon footprint with a variety of steps to take.
So you can put your family's photograph in here, or you can draw a picture of your family. And this is like 4 impactful steps that you can take in your home for energy efficiency. And that's not all. You have on the back, you have other steps that you can take for sustainability, to be more green in your house. How to save energy. So this is free, and this is a collaboration with the City of Newton and Green Newton.
The smiles on everyone's faces gave away the pure joy in smashing the hundreds of pumpkins, whether it was throwing them at a board, throwing them to knock down game headpieces, or just smashing them into a big pile.
This is one of these really happy days in Newton where people are smashing all their pumpkins, having lots of fun, and they're adding to our compost pile. So Black Earth Compost is going to take it all away. It's a blast.
Long lines formed in front of the catapult built by Phil from the DPW to project pumpkins into the air while the kids were able to pull the trigger. And the Ligerbots built 2 different pumpkin smashers to not only please the crowds, but to learn the mechanics of building robots.
They're actually 2 different designs, both having to do with a dropping heavy weight. This is one of the most fun first-year projects that they do. Our competition starts in January, and at that point we only have 6 weeks to build our robot. So to teach all of our new students how to use tools, we have other projects during preseason, and this is one of the most fun. They learn how to cut, measure, design.
If you missed this year, get ready for next year. And don't forget to bring your used and unwanted costumes to donate to others. Jen Adams, Newton News, Newton Center.